Alright. I think that should be working. Good morning. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me, as always, on this lovely day. I say that, but it is gloomy and rainy as it is. We are back to playing Tears of the Kingdom. Last time, we managed to make our way up to the Water Temple. And today, we're going to be trying to get through it, which realistically does not take that long. So, it should be a pretty quick endeavor here before we're back into the open world. Let's see. The longest part of these temples usually is just the need to watch the cutscenes. Alright. That, and I think another thing we're going to do today is probably hunt down the dragons again. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Doug. I didn't mean to be 10 minutes late. Thank you for joining, though. It's always nice to have you here. How are you doing today? I'm doing alright, thanks. I was just recounting how it's actually kind of a gloomy day here. I told you a little while ago on Discord that we have in fact come across rain for some reason, which is very unusual at this time of year. But you had suggested global warming, and you're doing it again. However, I talked about it before. It's not actually global warming or anything. Up here, we have these things called Hinox, which realistically are the same thing as Americans would call El Nino. Oh. Sorry, 1 second. I didn't realize my Master Sword ran out of energy. It's the same thing that Americans would call El Nino. So they're very warm winds that come from somewhere down south along the ocean, and then they follow the mountains up towards where I am, and as a result it just becomes very warm at odd times of the year. Not shit nooks, Shinooks. It's a native word if I remember correctly, but it is describing the same phenomenon as El Nino would. Just, you know, this one is significantly higher up in Canada. So sometimes we get periods like this of really weird weather. Which, if I wasn't, you know, perpetually sick, would be really nice. Unfortunately, I just don't have a lot of luck with that. Let's see here. Splash fruits. Oh yeah, I forgot Sidon can do this too. Haha! It's snowing in France right now. Alright. I mean, that's pretty good. I'm assuming. I am guessing you like snow from the way you seemed excited about that. Snowing everywhere except for your town. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate then. Were you hoping for snow, or were you glad that it's not coming out through your town? Because that's a good question. You want snow, okay. How cold does it usually get where you are? Like, when it snows, how cold does it snow? Because up here, snow is not something I relate to being nice. It's always a very cold experience, and not something I super enjoy. I don't know, barely snows. This is super rare, happens every couple of years. Well, fair enough. I'm glad you get to enjoy it at least a little bit. I thought he would still be there. My bad. And if it's not something you have miserable memories of, then all the better, really. But the snow might barely reach your ankles. See, that's not the funnest way to do it. You gotta get lots of snow, but not super cold. That's when snow is actually enjoyable. It's just really hard to get those conditions met, at least up here. I think I mentioned about how miserable it can get in the wintertime. You know, minus 40 to minus 50 degrees Celsius. Not the most pleasant. What do you mean by got the Mistral? Because Doug says, yeah, but got the Mistral, so it's always super cold. I'm assuming that's a description of a wind type? It's not a term I'm super familiar with. Sidon, where are you? Get over here. Look at this dum-dum. I don't care how nice he is. Why is he running across the top? Mistral is the wind that goes through the south of France. Neat. I missed. Brilliant. Very nice, hero. There we go. Mistral is a really cool name for a wind. No, not neat. It's terribly cold. Okay, but how cold is terribly cold for you? Because we might have very different definitions of that. I don't think you get Canada cold. I could be wrong. I just don't think so. Then again, there is that prejudice of everyone feeling like theirs is the most extreme weather or extreme examples of weather. So it wouldn't be unusual if I was wrong. Whee! Sidon, where are you? There you are. 0 degrees? 0 degrees is not that cold, Doug. Like, that's barely freezing. Up here, and again, this isn't like... This isn't meant to be like, oh, you don't know what cold is, but it's not super cold. Minus 40 degrees Celsius is pretty cold. I think there are some places in Canada that get to minus 70 degrees Celsius. No, even I wouldn't want to get that cold. Like, there are absolutely colder places in Canada. But, you know, 0 degrees, I would still go out with my jacket not done up. Like, that's not terribly uncomfortable for me. I think it's pretty reasonable temperatures for winter, to be honest. I would like to have temperatures that reasonable. I don't live in a fridge. Fridges are warmer than this, just so you know. Just so you know, fridges maintain temperatures of about 4 degrees Celsius, so I'm colder than a fridge. Actually... get you up there, yes. It's cold in France. I thought you were in France. Am I... Oh, you're just saying in general it's cold in France. Okay, I got you. But, you know, I will say this. There were days where, when I was still working as a security guard, many years ago. Well, hello, Nat. We were just talking about our freezing weather. Doug is complaining about 0 degrees Celsius, and I was about to describe the time when I had to go to work in the very early mornings. You are, yes. I wondered why you and hubby were not, and then I remembered it was because I hadn't done it. But you and hubby both have the VIP status, because I always appreciate you guys being here. What are you even... Oh, it's just a shield. Honestly, I always forget the existence of the VIP badge. Yeah, yeah. Well, I was thinking about it, because there are people that definitely I wanted to have it. I never understand why the guys in here are so dang strong. Like, Jacob and Waylord and Conop definitely needed it, because they're, Why is that still charging? They're some of my first viewers and very cool people in general. Doug asked for it. She's also one of the earliest viewers, and I appreciate her presence all the time. But you and Hubby Nat, you guys are always here and supporting me, and I spend time in your channels too. Like, you absolutely needed it as well. Not that it does anything. I don't put my chat in slow mode or whatever, but it is a way I can show that I do very much appreciate your presence. And I'm doing alright today. Thank you for asking. I slept mostly through the night. I think I got probably 8 hours, which is very rare for me. Or close enough to 8 hours. Somewhere in there. And... let's see... I'm missing something here. Do I just need to set up a blowy thingy, maybe? Doug and I got talking about the weather because it is snowing today, or raining, I guess. Not super nice, but that's the reality of the situation. Yeah, it's raining today. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, I can't think. I'm sorry, I'm playing the game at the same time. I appreciate the love. We appreciate you too. Well, thank you. It is nice hanging out with you, and it is great having you here. If you ended up watching a little bit yesterday, you would know I was 100% serious about asking how you guys were and, like, being concerned that you weren't there, because you are always such a staple in the room that your presence is absolutely missed. I know, right? Rain in January in Canada. It really is super unusual. I think I'd mentioned before, and I was talking to Doug about this a little while ago, that we've got these things called Chinook winds up here, which are the same thing as El Nino in the States, where it's just a very warm wind that comes from the ocean and blows up across the mountains. So what we end up with is, sorry, one sec. Time periods where we just have really unusually warm weather. I forgot that was all gunked up. So this is unfortunate. It is nice some days, but this is not really one of those days where it's nice. You were so passed out yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Yeah, I can imagine. But you guys lead much busier lives than I do. My big days are like, I have a doctor's appointment. Yours, I imagine, are significantly more complicated. There we go. Nah, not particularly busy, just child. That counts as busy. You have another little person that depends on you. You have to take care of things. There is nothing you can do about that. I gotta take care of this guy right away. Ah, I broke it. Oh well. This one will do? This one. That'll be fine. Speaking of, how has your day been, Nat? Anything fun and exciting going on today? Anything particularly busy? Sidon, get your butt over here. Oh, coffee feels so nice on the throat. Another full day today. Had nice lunch out and then went to hang out at a museum. Ooh, fancy. What kind of museum was it, can I ask? Like, was it a painting museum? Was it a museum of the sciences? Was it sculptures? Was it... Yeah, I'm just curious. I like museums. I think they're cool. It's the same one I mentioned last time. Oh, yeah, right. Okay. So the one with the fairy tale stuff, but the original ones. I know they are nothing alike, but it's always funny when you mention the Grimm brothers because it makes me think of Grimm Curio. We have the yearly pass and the kiddo likes a part of it where you can create monsters. That's pretty cool. Are these conductive? I don't know if these are conductive. Hold on. No, they're not. Okay. It's just an interactive thing they added recently. Like, is it digital? Or do they give you, like, Lego pieces? Or what's the deal with that? Because I'm curious. That's a very interesting kind of thing. You make monster with stamps at a screen, and then you can send them into the forest? Interesting. But why can you make them monsters? Like, wouldn't it make more sense to have the heroes or heroines avoid the monsters? That seems a bit unusual, that you're having the kids make the villains of the stories. I can see how it would be fun and more creative, but it's unusual. Honestly, you can make whatever the heck you want. Okay, that's cool, that's cool. I just like that it's fun and the kids enjoy. That's very fair too. Wait, did I not get them all? Where's the last one? Oh, one over here apparently. Did I not actually activate the water? What the heck? I guess I had to do this one last. Oh well. Thank you for sharing about your day, by the way. And yeah, I guess I did have to do this one last. That is super lame. How about this? This will work. Let's put that there. Oop, not that way. I think I told you I had nephew over the other day. Just because that's something interesting. I don't think it was yesterday. Probably the day before yesterday. But I let him play Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Oh, he loved it. It's always a good time when nephew shows up. I didn't spend a lot of time with them as they were growing up because I couldn't keep up. My health issues unfortunately did not lend to me being a good uncle most of the time. For the times that I could even get up and go around and do things, or which were very rare, mostly because of my leg. I had a pretty severe disability then. So it's like the only thing I have is my electronics and things in my house. And unfortunately, when kids are that young, they tend to not be gentle with things because they don't appreciate the value of them, right? So it's like, well, I can't go anywhere. I can't go out and play with you. I can't bring you down here. So I cannot be a cool or a good uncle right now. Now that they're old enough, though, yeah. You know, when I still feel bad about this, but I've told you before how I've got an injury to my right leg. Hopefully you can still hear me. The water is very loud in this scene. But I've got an injury on my right leg. And I've had it since I was like 17. So we're going on 20 years now. Somewhere in there. 20, 25, whatever. And when my youngest niece was born, it was just freshly happened. So I think she was probably a year old, maybe two, just walking around a little bit. And I had my leg up out in the living room so I could play on the computer. And she toddles over and ends up climbing onto that bad leg. And so I didn't like overreact or anything. I wasn't mad at her. But it got a pain reaction out of me where I was just like, ah! Because I couldn't help it. It was very, very painful. And, yeah. It just scared her. That's all. I felt really bad about it. Get back here, you butt. Do I have everything on me? Yes. I need something better for the bosses. That'll do. Oh, that is what... It's not what I'm using. I was just mid-strike. There we go. The amount of times my kid accidentally hurts me is ridiculous, Nat says, because they just climb as they wish. That's very true. That's very true. And my god, yeah. Speaking of climbing as they wish, I don't know if I told you guys all of the things that I've done as a silly child. But I was very accident prone. So speaking of the climbing, there were times, for example, where I'd climb things that I wasn't supposed to. One of the worst ones was when my mom was doing laundry, and I ended up... hey, get out of there. I ended up pulling a cabinet out of the wall and jamming it into my forehead. So that was unfortunate. I needed quite a few stitches for that. and I was very, very heavily strapped to the table to let them actually get the stitches in without hurting me. It was one of those times where I developed my fear of the straitjackets. Very reasonably, I think. There we go. Because it's a very traumatic thing. And I apologize if that story was a little disjointed. Focusing on the boss at the same time made it difficult. Whee! So interestingly, Nat, since you missed the other day, I was trying to show Jacob. Sometimes it do be hard to tell stories and fight bosses at the same time. That's true. But I was trying to show Jacob, and he had to take a meeting just before I got it finished. Did you know that there's actually some farming you can do to grow food in this game? Because I wanted to show him how to do it. He was talking about what he was doing for his health recovery. Yeah, okay. So you didn't know that either. I'll show you real quick once I'm done with the cutscenes here. But basically, do you know where Hateno Village is? Not there. Way down here. Not there. Way down here. Okay. So just over here is the schoolhouse, the Hateno School, and there's some fields right here. And the lady says, oh, it'll be some time before we can use them again, and whatever, right? There's an old lady working in the field. But there's only 2 quests that you need to do inside of Hateno School. Just once the kids are in class for the day, you talk to the teacher. And when you do those 2 quests, you gain access as a honorary teacher to come use these fields. So you can just have the lady plant and take care of the things you want to grow, including like hardy radishes, or if you've made them, the Sundylion pumpkins, all that kind of stuff. So I can go show you. I've got her growing some hardy radishes for me. And after like an hour to 2 hours of gameplay time, you can just go harvest 5 of them. And she'll just keep regrowing them infinitely for you. And if it's a non-rare item like a hardy radish, then she'll grow 10 of them instead. So it's just a great way to get your supplies. And then the other thing that I figure you don't know is, or that you didn't know, is that, did you know you can actually refight these bosses? Yeah. You don't refight them in the temple, but there are spaces in the depths, 3 spaces in fact, where you can go down and you can refight these bosses. Each one of them you can fight 3 times. And then they'll respawn every blood moon if you want to go harvest their parts again. So I used to, when I first played this game, go down and fight the Wind Temple boss because I loved his jaw as a part. But yeah, I will show you one such location once this cutscene is done. And one of the cool things is, I think once you beat them in the depths, because like I said, there's 3 places for each of them. And I think each one of those places, when you beat them, gives you a crystallized shard worth 100 charges, so you can upgrade your Zonai battery. Which is pretty cool. It makes it real easy to get more power. And of course, monster parts and whatever. But I really like the Wind Temple boss. Refighting him is fun. This one is easy, but he doesn't really give any good monster parts to use, so I don't tend to fight him much. This game suffers from the same thing that Link to the Past suffered from, where because you can do these temples in any order, they tell you the same story from their own perspective every time rather than building on it. And it was the same thing with rescuing the sages from the crystals in Link to the Past. Every time you'd save one, they'd tell you the same thing, essentially, because you didn't have to do them in order. It gets unfortunately a little tedious. And a little long-winded. Like, for not having fish, or for not having lips, Fish Lady sure talks a lot. I'm glad you liked that one. I thought it was funny. Magic. Because it's not just that, right? It's like, they don't, or they shouldn't really have lips. Not, most of them shouldn't. But also the teeth. Have you seen the teeth of some of these Zora? They're like spiky little jagged sharp teeth. I don't know how they make sounds that we would make like an S. Aside from, as you said, magic. Also, I woke up to an interesting thing this morning, too. The upstairs neighbors have a, like a dishwasher or something that was put in, and they didn't seal underneath of it. So, a couple times now, this is actually the second or maybe the third time it's happened, they've spilled coffee on the floor, and then it runs backwards underneath these appliances, and it drips down through my roof tiles onto my bathroom sink and stuff. So my whole bathroom smells disgustingly like coffee right now. Not like good coffee, just weird coffee. And my roof tiles are a little bit stained, and there's coffee all over my sink. It's really gross. I gotta go clean it soon. Yeah. It happens. It's just not pleasant. But when you can't have a house of your own, you gotta live with the consequences of other people being in the same area. At least it's better than living in an apartment complex where I could have, you know, up to 4 neighbors doing that. One below, one above, and one on either side. I can't imagine how frustrating that would be. Speaking of apartments, have you seen some of these videos that have been showing up on YouTube lately trying to emphasize how nice New York City is? Like, look at these apartments. Look how affordable they are. As it's like 3,500 American dollars per month for essentially a shipping container inside a building. It's ridiculous, right? How dumb is that? It's more like saying it with an Asian accent. It's not New York City, it's New York City. Man, Sidon's tall. He's so big. I like how the only indication that there's actually 5 sages is the fact that there's 5 rings on that hand. Was his arm missing in that picture? I feel like the sleeve part of his arm was missing there just now, which is kind of weird. Anyway, Sidon is really cool to get here because he gives you the wet status anytime you use a shield, which means that now, immediately, all of the Zora weapons have become way more powerful. They double in their... Yeah, so because Sidon's shield ability makes you wet, it activates the effect of Zora weapons. And Zora weapons have the effect of doubling their damage whenever they're wet. And that includes whatever is attached to them. So a weapon that has, you know, like 50 damage, which is not hard to get, you've seen that, when you get wet, jumps up to 100 damage. But only while you're wet. So you do dry out eventually. Because Sidon can do this, though, because he can give you that water shield, you can perpetually keep yourself wet and just benefit from 100 damage or whatever. So it's actually the, I think, 3rd most powerful? They make the 3rd most powerful weapons in the game. In case you're wondering, the other 2 going up are, if you get the Royal Guard weapons on their very last hit, their damage triples. So they're really good for killing Lyonels. And the most powerful are bone weapons if you have the bone damage bonus. So like the Ganondorf armor does it, or I guess the Phantom Ganon armor does it, or I think that glow-in-the-dark skeleton armor also does it. Because that not only doubles or triples the damage, but then also increases it by 1.75 times for the Bone Mastery. So you can actually get some weapons with over 1,000 damage per strike. Yeah, I learn a lot about it. It's neat. I have fun doing things like that. So, the stuff about the Zora weapons, I learned by playing the game. Most of my knowledge is just from playing the game. But things like the bone weapons, that came from watching a video. Because I didn't know how the damage multiplication worked. And I also had to look into where the pristine weapons spawned, because I wasn't sure about that either. But most of it is just playing, exploring, experimenting. Like, I've said it before, if you want to see just what the process of my experimenting looks like, watching the Outer Wilds playthrough is an excellent way to do that. Because I discovered that thing with the lantern way earlier than I was supposed to. Because I was just goofing off with it, right? Most of the things that I learn are just experimenting with what I have and putting the pieces together. The game may walk you through things. It may teach you things eventually when you explore them in the right way, but because it also just left the door open for you to experiment, I'd experiment. Alright, so let's go over here first to Hateno Village. Yeah, you would be very surprised to see how I learned some things. Like, when I say I get tremendously lucky with games to discover things or figure them out, I mean I get tremendously lucky. Like the thing with the ghost matter in the water. Total accident. Let's see. Also, friends, sadly today I can't stay long. Hubby is traveling tomorrow and I need to give him some support. That is alright. Let me just show you real quick 2 things, and then I will absolutely let you go without an issue. It should be less than 5 minutes. Hopefully it won't be too much of an imposition if you stay, or if you stay for that. So here's the schoolhouse in Hateno Village. I already did the quests. And then down here, I talked to the lady. So these are some of my hardy radishes that are currently growing. It takes 2 in-game hours. You can't just go sleep overnight. They know if there's enough time that's passed, for example. You just talk to her and she'll let you plant various food items. And then down in the depths, let's see. Hold on. Maybe up here? Not that one. This one. So down in the depths, this, for example, should be another boss fight. Like a boss refight. And it should be the one that we just beat. So I'll just show you that it's here and what the arenas look like. Because they are down in the depths, and I know you don't go down there very often. But since I talked about them, I am showing you. Too dark, it is scary. It's only too dark until you get the light routes lit up. Because, like, look how bright and open it is all around the light route. You can see very clearly everything here. Oh yeah, that one's Goma. My bad. Still dark and somber, I guess. But yeah, so once you've beaten the bosses, just they're walking around out here. Like, no big deal. That's all. It's not the same arena, so it can't climb on the ceiling. You can't go, you can't send baby Goro here up to do anything with them. Oops. I missed. But, yeah. You just beat them like normal. Uh-oh. He's gonna collapse on me, isn't he? He's gonna stomp on me. Okay. And then once you do that, you get your, free whatever it is. Your free monster part and your Zonai battery pieces. Which is very nice. So you'll see, I don't think defeating Goma will take too long here, but you will see that among the things you get, Sidon, gimme. God damn it, Sidon. Here, these things. Do I actually have any? I probably don't. But there are, like, Zonai charges you can get. Not the kind you pick up, but you cash them in, and then you can go craft them into battery pieces for your Zonai batteries, so that you see down in the bottom right, just above the description of the rare stone talus hammer, there's those batteries. Every 100 of those charges gives you an extra battery slot. Right. So, I think you get a full battery slot for each one of these bosses that you rebeat the first time, as well as monster parts from them to actually do damage and things, which is pretty cool. And I think this guy should get finished off pretty quick here. Especially if Sidon decides to actually participate as I wish him to. There we go. Sidon, gimme. Gimme. Damn it, Sidon. Oh well. So they'll still do their usual, like, wake up. Well, thank you. Just to show you the rewards. You shouldn't be too much longer here. It's actually kind of nice that I'm down here because I want to go find a Zora sword. Ooh! Hey, this isn't good. There we go. There we go. Nice and easy fight. So you still watch the cutscene. He explodes. This chest shows up. And then I should have this monster part. Which, do I have anything to put it on? Yeah, I'll put it on the Master Sword. How about that? So that was plus 38 damage to the Master Sword for Marbled Goma Leg. Which is pretty good, because it's better than the rare Stone Talus Hearts that I've got equipped. And you can refight these guys every blood moon. They respawn, but they only give this reward in the chest that I'm opening the first time you beat them. But it's 100 normal crystallized charges. Which, like I said, I can now go cash that in and get myself a new battery slot. Which means, essentially, if you find all of these guys and beat them in the depths, you get 4 entire free Zonai batteries. Without having to do any of the work for it. You just need to know where these guys spawn and you can go get them. So that was it. I just thought you'd be interested in seeing that, because I know you don't explore the depths a lot, and learning about growing the vegetables and things is kind of a rarity. It wasn't something that was in Breath of the Wild. And I hope you found it interesting. Thank you for sticking around the extra couple minutes to see it. This is Longsword. Okay. Good night, Nat. Tell hubby I hope he has a safe trip. And I hope you guys get a good night's rest. I will talk to you next time. Thank you. I shall do my best. Where is another weapon? There should be one on the other side, shouldn't there? No, maybe not in this file. So for everyone else that's not going to take off, there is actually another thing that you can do. If you recognize this area here, this is where the Divine Beast was situated before. So it used to sit up here in Breath of the Wild. And it's really hard to find the Zora weapons in this game. The tridents and the other stuff too. So, interestingly, they kind of locked, not the trident, but they locked the Zora Greatsword and the Zora Short Sword to these two particular enemies that are sitting where the Divine Beast used to be. So that's one place you can always find the decayed versions of these weapons. And if you remember from earlier on in the series, I talked about how in order to get the pristine versions of these weapons, you first have to break them on the surface, usually in combat, and then they get added to the potential loot tables down in the depths. And unlike things like Traveler Swords or Knight Swords, because Traveler Swords are the default weapons, everything can spawn Traveler Swords. How is there a shrine nearby? The elemental weapons, or like the zone-specific weapons. So, for example, the wind from the Rito weapons, they'll only spawn in the Rito region. And so the Zora weapons too will only spawn over here in the Zora region of the depths. Which means I can get them without worrying about it polluting the pool with the Royal Guard stuff that I like to have. And again, the only reason I prefer the Royal Guard swords for a lot of things is that they have such high durability that I can use them for a long time without worrying about them getting destroyed. Let's see. I think this was where... I think the Divine Beast, the elephant, was called Varuto. Not Rudania, that was probably the fire one. Which doesn't matter, I'm just trying to remember it. But we're gonna come up here because I would like to find some of these weapons in the depths. I thought I'd broken them before. I just want to be sure. Because sometimes I do this in previous playthroughs where I've had to restart. Yeah, see, I hadn't gotten these yet. Okay. We're going to grab you, and we're going to break you on him. Ah, you jerk. And then, oops. Actually, I think this will knock the weapon out of his hand, won't it? Nope, but it did kill him. There we go, Zora Longsword. So, as I said, I just need to go break this on something's head, and I'll be able to find it in the depths after the next blood moon. It's very easy to tell that I hadn't done it yet, specifically because I got to pick it up. I got the first pickup message, so that's helpful. Let's see here. Oh, actually, while I'm thinking about it, where was that boss I just fought? Here we go. So I'm going to put a boss head here. You know what? Maybe I'll mark it with a diamond. As in boss fight that's done. And let's bring this map back up for now. I was thinking about it yesterday as to what I'd actually like to accomplish over the next couple of sessions. And there's a couple of things. So, obviously, I want to do the temples. I want to upgrade my Fierce Deity armor. And then I also want to do the rest of the Yiga clan quest down in the depths. There we go. You guys will work. Perfect. So, we've already done the fire and water temples. I'm kind of tempted to go do some of these as well, but I don't think I'm going to. One thing we're going to have to work on is getting some more Hinox Guts, and I think they only spawn from the black Hinox. So that might be a bit of a pain in the butt to work on. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I can actually set a spawn point at one of the Great Fairy Fountains now. So let's do that too. That one's relatively close by, and it doesn't require special armor. It's a good one to zip to. So I'm going to place one of my travel medallions over there. I have 3 of them I can use, and I haven't placed any yet, which is not my smartest idea. What was the point of getting them if I didn't do it yet? Oh yes, also I wanted to do the stable quests, because I have never done the stable quests, and I would like to. So we're going to work on that, or on those things. Complete the dungeons, get the sages, do the stable quests, upgrade armor, and the last one was the Yiga quests down in the depths. And I think once we're done with all of that, I will be ready to go fight Ganon. I mean, technically, I think I could go fight him now, but I don't really know how to get to him because I've never beaten the game. So we're gonna pretend that we're not gonna pretend. I actually don't know. I'm just gonna try and get all this stuff done first. Let's see here. So I need a shard of the Fang. Oh, I needed Fang first, not Horn. That's okay. I do need Hinox Guts, so why don't I prioritize getting those? And then it's Dinral and Nadra. So, where can I get Hinox Guts from? The hard part is knowing where all of these guys are. Now, I know if I go down to here, I think here? No, here, in the Bronus Forest, there are caves behind these 3 lakes, behind the waterfalls here, where Hinox reside. So, I'm going to try and get there. It's going to be a little bit out of the way. So I think maybe we'll start with the stable quest, because I have no idea what to make of it. I don't know what it's going to take. And then we'll fly over and give the Hinoxes a good whacking. This way. We'll try and pick up some guts for our armor. Actually, did I do this one already? I think I did. This was the one with the little kid. Piper. Piper was his name. Oh no, it wasn't. Okay, let's see. Even without wings, that shows some spirit. Coming from Fural Plain to the northwest night after night. Leave the RMS. Throwing their weapons down the well. Okay. So to the northwest, there should be a well, and I have to toss my weapon down there. Let's go. Well, at least it's leading me there. That's nice. Maybe I should have pulled out a horse, though. Oh well. So what's gonna be here? I'd duck out of here if I could, but I can't. Of course you can't. You're a gull. Now, let's see. Where is the well? There it is. Is it leave the arms? If not, I'll do you harm? That's funny. Okay, well, let's grab these. Whoops, I didn't know that was a fire attack. When did you get here? Do you need something from me? I wasn't singing anything remotely like that. Seek the storm, seek the storm. What kind of nonsense song is that? Seek the storm, fear it not, you will stay warm. A cute little fox who is proud of their warm fur coat, and they chase storms since they don't get cold. That's cute. I mean, that's actually pretty nice if you don't know where to get good weapons from. A little stock that you can resupply is pretty cool. I didn't know that was there, by the way. It is my first time learning this. Woohoo! Rupees! I was hoping for an armor piece. Zora! Alright. So that's that one taken care of. Although, I think there should still be a... one of those little cave bubble frog thingies down here. I think there should be somewhere. Don't really know though. I'm not seeing a way through. But I'm pretty sure there should be one in every cave and well. See, there's no check mark there. So somewhere there must be a way through, or like a breakable wall. Something I can move, maybe. There's a fishy... It seemed curious that there was a bomb on this wall. So I would imagine there's something I can break. I'm not sure where, though. There's no holes I can duck into. I heard him. I heard a little hop, a little froggy hop. Maybe if I go up through here where she was standing? Because that seems suspicious. Nope. Ah, well, not that important. I'm not going to 100% the game. It was purely curiosity. Alright. Let's go build this. One of these days, I'm going to have to go back into the depths for more... I gotta get Yunobo off of here. More Zonite as well. I'm just running a little bit short on it. If I get under, like, 50, I'll probably have to. Over here. This is where I'm going. One thing I'd really like to do, because I know it should be very possible, is getting into the next color of battery. Because I've never done that. I think it's like blue is the next color of battery available. When you cycle through and you get all of the battery slots filled, you can actually like get extra power over top of that. It's just harder to do, and I don't think I've ever managed it. Again, that's just something that I've seen. I haven't... It is not first-hand knowledge. I'm hoping it's the same amount of charges to get that to happen. Alright, what do we have here? This looks blow-upable. I'm gonna try. Where is... Here we go. It was indeed blow-upable. It doesn't do anything for me, but it's cool. Alright. I guess out here there should also be another stable, probably. Because I'm pretty sure there was one in Breath of the Wild out here. Here it is. Which means somewhere close by there should also be a shrine. There. So we're going to take this as a shortcut. I might leave one of my teleport tokens, my travel medallions over here as well. Just because it would be good to have a way back here, especially if I can find my way to the Black Hinox again, which I think is over on the right. I'm pretty sure. Because this used to be like the Three Brothers Caves or something like that. I'm pretty sure. And as I said, if I want to get my armor maxed out, I need to get some of these completed. Now, where is this cave? There's one. Yunobu, I need you. Gimme. Nope, that wasn't it. That's nice, though. I like the bomb flowers. There we are. Black Lizalfos. I really like these blue Lizalfos horns. They look so good. They actually make it look like you're using a weapon. Alright, I don't know how to get into these caves. That's filled in, so it's not there. What about over here? Is this a way I can drop into, maybe? Nope, that's just a statue piece. Okay, well, let's try going up first. Is it back here? This might be where it is. Here we are. Okay. Kalora Lake Cave. So I think he's down, but I'm just checking what's over here for kicks and giggles. Perfect. I don't actually need Bright Bloom seeds anymore, but when I have to fight Frox, they're very nice to have. Because they're very cheap and easy and disposable items that I can feed to the Frox. Eldest. This is the black one, yes. I'll light that on fire so that he no longer has any defense over here. And I can just smack him freely. I mean, there was an easier way to light him on fire if I just used one of the flame fruits, but there also wasn't a reason not to do it that way. Good, Hinox Guts. I see them. Okay, now let's put this one as black Hinox, because I will need that. And we'll go back up to the surface. Maybe over here. Because these caves are kind of unique in that they've got a Hinox of each type here. So there's the red, the blue, and the black Hinox. And I don't think they come in any higher colors. They're just like youngest, middle, and eldest Hinox brothers. And I don't remember if I can learn more about the Hinoxes if I take a picture. Hold. Oh, can I not take pictures of items yet? Alright. That's fine. Let's see here. So I went in that one. Rodi Lake next. Yeah, see, I already went in this one. This was where the blue Hinox was. And I think that might also be something I can get the guts from. I'm not 100% sure. So we're going to go knock him off and see if I'm right. And if not, it's not the end of the world. It's okay. Where are you at, big boy? Some of these foods have effects, which I don't like, but I do like having access to foods. This doesn't look right. Here he is. Oh, this is the blue one. Or the red one. Okay. Again, not the end of the world, just not what I wanted. Old fruit. Okay. And I am not going to worry about any of these rocks. I just did it for kicks and giggles. I tell you what I should do, though, is next time I get the chance, I should take a picture of the black Hinox and have it set in my scanner, because it would be very helpful to track them down. Although, having said that, I don't know if I can actually used my scanner to track monsters yet. I think I needed 10. 10 monsters scanned. Grab you. Oh, I don't need that. I want to drop that right now. I do not need you polluting my pool. And what is firing at me? Oh, from back here. Okay. Oh, he's up there. Probably another blue one? Oh, no. Just a moblin. Alright. And... I think the entrance is either going to be here or here, and I'm not sure which. Let's go check closer to this side first. Because I have forgotten. And it looks like maybe over here is the entrance. Unless... Nope, I was already in that one. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Cortana Lake Cave. Oh, I don't think Xbox is going to be good with that. Microsoft's going to be mad. I was very sad when I learned that I could fuse different types of sticks together, that I couldn't also have something on the stick I fused. Because that would have been hilarious. A triple long stick. I would have thought it was the funniest freaking thing if I could, for example, just get like a super long stick, 3 or 4 or 5 long, and just smack Ganon with it whenever I got to him from like 100 feet away. It would have made me laugh a lot. There he is. Gimme. Perfect. Okay, and let's go find this blue Hinox, which should be here. I think I just have to go down further for him. Having Unobu is really nice because I don't need to keep burning through durability on my weapons or using bomb flowers, because bomb flowers are harder to collect and expensive to buy, and I don't like doing either of those things as often as possible. Same thing, we'll try and light that up, but I missed. Ow, you jerk. Thankfully, when you're powerful enough, you can just... you can skip having to actually fight. It's not a fight at this point, it's just smacking things around. Alright, we're gonna put this one here too. I didn't get any guts from him, so it might exclusively be from the black Hinox. I'm not sure where I can find more of them. Like, I think these guys were blue ones. I know this one is going to be red at this point. If the enemies have updated in the world... then these have a potential of being black. But I don't know for sure how likely it is. Like, once the blood moon happens, it's more possible. Especially having completed 2 temples now. But I haven't found that yet. Or I haven't had the blood moon happen since the water temple just now. Let's see. Blue. Oh well. I'll still take blue. There is a chance there might be Hinox Guts. I don't know. There we go. I should also take a moment to go look for more royal broadswords too. Just because I need more boss smashers. I only have 2 of them right now. Drop that. Can probably drop this for now. But I do need access to more weapons. Like, these I don't need. These 2 I should probably keep on me, to be honest. No, I don't need them anymore. I do not need these at all anymore because I've got the appropriate armors. So, if I go split those, I can just toss the weapons and then go pick up new ones, which will be good. For now, let's head down to this other spiky fellow. The other Hinox. Where is he? Is he up? He might be up. Alright. I guess we are doing this. Again, the only reason I'm really looking for them at this very moment is that I really want to upgrade at least 1 more armor step for each piece. Which reminds me, I should probably go and fight more Lyonels as well. Ooh, is this one black? This one looks black. Did I luck out? No, he's still blue. Ah, well. C'est la vie. Oh, right. You're still pristine. I'll use you, I guess. There we go. Unfortunately, no. No guts. Okay. Where else could I go? I mean, there's a couple more over here, but I don't think they're likely to be what I need. I guess... Oh, there's a chance these ones are. There's a chance. Not a big chance. There is a chance. So, the immediate tasks are going to be to find 1 more Hinox Guts. And then I want to go look for more royal broadswords or royal swords. Just because I need to up my armory a lot. And I'll go split the gems from off of those wand weapons, which I don't use or need. That's garbage. I'm not even going to mark it. And maybe try and get some dragon parts. I'm going to be playing for another like 25 minutes here. Where are we? So this way a little bit more. You know, if I'm lucky, this will have some fans and I can make my hover bike really cheap. And fans are one of the like most common items, so here we go. Unfortunately, no steering wheel, or no steering stick. But for only 3 Zonite, it's not bad at all. Now, where did I leave this guy? He's over here some ways. There we go. And are you black or blue? Ooh, black! Yay. Okay, we're just gonna snap that picture. And the question is, can I use it to track these yet? Album... I cannot. Okay. That's alright. Where is you, Boom Boom? Just smack his big booty. There we go. Oh yay, Hinox Guts. Okay. So having found that, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to change our plan just a little bit. We're going to come up here to maybe Lanairu Skyview Tower first. Because I need to find Nadra. I need her fang, unfortunately. I thought I needed the horn first and fang last, but I was wrong. But she does cycle around. She emerges from that large hole in the ground just to the west of us. And cycles around down to the south. Around Hatano Village and then back over to Kakariko. So if I come up here, I should be able to see if she is anywhere in the sky. Because if she's not in the sky, then I have to go underground, and that's more of a pain in the butt. So I'm really hoping she's not. Although she is the dragon that spends, I think, the least amount of time underground. So it is not the worst case scenario. It's kind of force of habit that I'm seeing this shrine down here and I want to go activate it. But it's not actually why I came out here. It'd be great if I got out of this winter area so that I could see a little better. Oh well. Let's check Kakariko Village. If I can't see her tail popping out of the hole, then she'll probably be underground. So I'll head over to... Oh, I don't know her underground route, like, at all. I'll have to head over to either look for her underground towards Mount Lanairu, or go backwards towards Kakariko from there. I do not see her tail. Okay. Let's swap to the Zonai armor. We're going to go way up first and see if maybe it's just the mountains blocking us. Got to turn Yunobo off. It is super frustrating how much menuing there is in this game. If there is one thing that I could change about it, it would be to reduce the menus we have to go into. Now, how exactly we'd accomplish that, I don't know. I think the concept of scroll wheels is copyright, unfortunately. But I could imagine there being an option to alter things. Okay, so not up here, which means we're going to go down into the depths. Whoop. Oh, it busted on the way down. That's sad. Okay. Oh, is that her down there? Nope, that is part of the system, the cave system. Okay, I think she comes around here to come back out by Mount Lanairu. So maybe if I go to this light route, I'll spot her. I think, maybe. There's a good chance. Or a chance at the very least. Let's see, so I gotta turn around. And then... One of the unfortunate things about lighting up the caves is when you're actually trying to hunt dragons, because they give off a glow at nighttime. Which means that they're a lot easier to see in the dark. They'll reflect caves as they're, or reflect against the walls as they're moving around. At least down here. Let's see. But since I've lit so much of it up, they don't do that anymore. Does she come around this way, or does she go around this way? I don't remember. I don't see her there, so let's try going around the shortest path. Oh! What's that? Nice! Pristine Zora sword. Okay. I did not think we'd find that so quickly. You can definitely tell the world level has increased pretty significantly, though, because we're getting weapons with modifiers pre-installed on them now. This looks like a Frox. I need an Obsidian Frox Fang, but... I don't think we're going to stop and get that now. The only reason I needed the Obsidian Frox Fang anyway was for the Depths armor set, which I don't think I'm going to keep upgrading, to be honest. I don't know that it actually has a use. It might when I go to face Ganon. I don't know for sure. But I think realistically that I like the Fierce Deity armor best. I just wish these dragons weren't always so hard to track down. Okay. Well, I mean, if I can't find it down here, then it must still be up above. And I don't know how I lost it. Like, genuinely, just no idea. Oh well. Let's turn to the right. It's actually 100% okay that we're down here anyway, because this is where I'd have to come for some of the better weapons anyway. I gotta come back over to the west a little bit and look for more of my Royal Guard weapons, or Royal weapons. So not the worst result. Mildly annoying? Yes. The worst result? No. I'm just already here. I'm actually really looking forward to playing Minecraft a little bit later. I've been playing the Craftopia mod pack, which I've been enjoying quite a bit. Although, interestingly, I haven't actually been playing with any of the mods yet. I've been fixated on setting up vanilla farms that don't require any of the mods or any of the power. And I keep dying trying to get my iron farm set up. Because I've never really practiced how to lure things like zombies without getting myself killed. So although I've got it set up nicely, I keep dying in the meantime. It's very frustrating. Yeah, we'll just use you. And back to Fierce Deity stuff. There we go. Do I have anything to attach that to? Yes, I do. I just got this. It's not perfect, but it'll do. I'm hoping for a couple more diamonds. I think I should have enough of them, but I would like to make the Zora weapon. I've forgotten what it's called. Zora something or other. Zora trident. I have 6. Okay, that's not bad. That's enough for it. But when I was talking to Nat earlier about how this becomes the second or third most powerful weapon set in the game, this is why. So you can see right now I've got 45 damage on this long throw Zora sword, which is junk. But as soon as I get wet, all of a sudden it jumps up to 90, because both base damage of the sword and the damage of the attached item double, which is huge. It is the most powerful weapon that I now have, and all because I got a little moist. Yes, it was intentional to say that. I thought it was hilarious. Now, where did I drop my recycle? There it is. It was literally just out of view. Now, let's see here. There should be a weapon just over here. But it's a one-hander, and I don't know if it's any good. This might be a little bit too far down to be functional. Yep, garbage. Which means this might be for a knight's sword or something. One thing I don't think I mentioned when it came to pristine weapons is the reason I'm not picking them up and I'm instead just dropping them off when I find them like that is they lock in to whatever you see them as. So when you approach, they lock into that, and you have to get them off the stand in order to allow a new one to respawn during the following blood moon. So even if I'm not going to use it, I have to get it out of that shade's hands, otherwise it'll stay that item, which in this case was a traveler's sword and a traveler's spear. Completely worthless. It'll still draw from a different pool, or from its pool to respawn next time. But for now, it's very frustrating like that. Okay, up we go. This isn't even what I meant to do today. I wanted to finish the water temple, and then I wanted to come and start working on the Tulin stuff. Royal Claymore, excellent. Did that come with a modifier attached? I didn't check. No, it did not. Okay. That's fine. I just wondered. Also, how did I misplace that sticker? I guess it doesn't really matter, but... What do we have over here? A regular royal sword would be nice. Perfect. I hadn't found one of these yet. And... really, I would like to find a Zora spear, a pristine one. Because I really want to get that special Zora spear. The one that Mifa used to use, the Zora trident. But I will have space after I clear out some of my worthless items. What do we have over here? Ooh, another royal broadsword. Sweet. I could not find any of these the last 2 times I came down, so finding 2 in one go like this is very nice. Also, I'm sorry, I burped at a bad time. I could get rid of this. I could get rid of this pretty easily if this is another nice thing. And it's a royal halberd, so yep, we'll get rid of this. And I don't know, do I want to keep going? can get rid of this pretty easily. It's just a flux core 2. I know I do need to pick up some attachments for these. And there's a blue-white Phrox up here. As well as the rare Talos. Now, you know what? We're going to say scratch that. I don't need it that badly. I do really want to get that Nadra Fang, though. Because I'm pretty sure I'm missing it. This is where dragon parts would be. Most used by type. I think this is what I need to organize by. Nope. That was not. That was how it was. Shards. There we go. There's a piece of Nadra's horn, but that's for the last section, which I don't need quite yet. I might throw this onto a weapon. See, this thing's got attack up 3. I'd like attack up 10, but I don't know if I'm going to get that. You know what? Let's go look for Nadra again, up around here a little bit. And while I'm at it, I'm going to keep an eye out for some more weapons down in this area. Or I guess up in this-ish area. Because I want a... I want a Zora longsword. Because I want something to help me kill Lyonels. And it's not going to be the best, but it will help pretty significantly, because I think I can get it up over 120 damage pretty easily. Like, I think probably closer to 148, even if there's no modifiers on it. It's just a matter of finding a place where I can pick one up. And if I'm lucky, I can do it almost immediately, since I very fortunately found that one-handed Zora sword down here, which I didn't think I could before the blood moon happened again. So there's a chance, is all I can really say about that. Get out of here. Get out of here. There we go. You little butt. Why would you do that, you jerk? Get out of here. I have never seen that before. The side-on spirit just shot it midair, which is hilarious. Okay, we're gonna have to go up here. I think this whole area northward and even down to the southeast will probably work, because I believe I found Zora weapons down by that Coliseum before. I could be wrong, but I think I did, and I'm not 100% sure. Now, ideally, as we're going this way, we'll find Nadra somewhere down here. I don't think it's likely, but it's possible. I did burn a little bit of time exploring that section. And if I do luck out and find Nadra or a Zora longsword along here, I will absolutely have no qualms dropping that long throw longsword that I'm using. Because long throw is a stupid addition. It is a throwaway passive. Literally, because you use it once and then you throw it away. It breaks. Ooh, Zora spear. Okay. We're doing this right now. Let's get rid of Royal Halberd. It's not bad, but I don't need it that badly. I already have 2 of them, and this one will be way better. Why did you have to be long throw? I was just talking about how awful that is. Whatever. Let's put you as a double up. Just because I don't really have a marker for spear. Or a sticker for a spear. I do wish they'd give you different weapon stickers to mark these things. It would have been a nice quality of life update, but we don't have what we don't have. There's no use complaining. It's not exactly like I'm a big enough streamer to elicit change by doing that. However, I can say it would be a nice quality of life upgrade. Okay, not up there. Uh-oh. Thought I was going to smack into that. I did not, but I thought I was going to. Okay, what are you? Ooh, another Zora spear. Okay. Okay. And do you have a better modifier is the question. Drop. No modifier is better than long throw. So we're going to hold on to that. Ideally, I'd get an attack up or a durability up. Durability up would be way better. But I think that might be pushing my luck for today. Oh, I already had him marked. Okay. Delete pin. And I'm just kind of seeing if maybe I can get lucky with a longsword. So this one is a longsword, but it didn't spawn as I needed it to. So, throw you over there. And off we go again. Unfortunately, I still haven't seen Nadra down here, which I kind of doubt I will. I'm going the wrong direction now. But we'll mark any of these that I can see, because I would really like to find a Zora longsword. Oh! This spear is attack up 6. Okay, never mind. We're sticking with this one for now. We're going to put you as a spear. And it looks like there's one more just across the water here. So let's go check that before we go upgrade our spear to something better. Also, how much flint do I have? Because I think it requires like 10 flint. We're good. So if you're not super familiar with the game, what you might think is that it's kind of useless to get the upgraded or like champion weapons because they'll just break and they're really expensive to repair or to remake, which you're right. And you might also think that's dumb because you can't repair them. And to a degree, you're also right. The Octoroks will spit out your champion weapons without repairing them. However, that does come with one giant caveat, which is that it will repair it if you use it as an attachment for another weapon. So for example, once I upgrade this spear, if I decide to repair it, I can remove its attachment and then attach it to, say, a sword, and the Octorok will repair the sword. And in doing so, will also repair its attached weapon. And then I just go unfuse them. And voila! I don't have to reinvest the 3 or 4 diamonds needed to create it. Just super nice. Okay, so I still don't see Nadra anywhere down here. Let's go to Zora's domain then. I'm sorry, I know this episode is running a little bit longer than I'd planned by like 5-10 minutes already, but I would like to at least get this done. Or 8, 12, 16. Also, I could go get like 4 more hearts if I just did some of these shrines. Like, I know where 80 of them are, and I've only done 64. I roughly know where 80 of them are. We'll put it that way. No, not you. I don't care. That's the store. Is this the blacksmith dude? No. Actually, what is this? Oh, this is the inn, that's right. Okay. No. Leave me alone. I'm looking for the crafter, the blacksmith. Is it him? Here it is. Put a dento in his head. Light scale trident, that's the name of it. Zora spear, 3 diamonds, and 5 pieces of flint. Oh, even the decayed one would suffice. Well, that's okay. I got a pristine one. How rhythmic. There we go. Alright. What do I want to fuse to it? Probably something with high attack, because it will turn into a mighty weapon as a result. I don't know if I want to use the highest attack thing that I have. Like white maned. Silver seems to be more powerful. I don't know if there's even a gold Lionel on the field. That'll turn it into a hammer. This will give it some more range. Yeah, let's give it this one. Oh, wait, no. I want it to be the hammer. Because sometimes I will need to smash a talus from behind. There we go. So, this just got 73 damage, right? Which means if I double this now, this light scale trident will do 107 or 146 damage just by getting wet. These things are so strong for no reason. Very handy to have. Let's go see. I'm gonna go over here first. I would love to get one more upgrade for my armor. And then go knock down a few Lyonels in the depths. Because the Colosseum should have replenished by now. The question is, did Nadra come swing around here yet? And I do not see her for the moment. She would usually come around this way. And I don't see her in the sky. So one more time, let's swing by Kakariko. Honestly, I just kind of stumble across them when they're in the skies. They're really hard to look for. Or perhaps not hard so much as annoying to look for. Let's put it that way instead. What do we have over here? Any chance she's swinging around this way? What the heck is going on up there? Huh? Why is the Temple of Time glowing like that? And why can I see it from down here? How odd. Well, I mean, I'm not going to question it. Maybe I will question it. Just for kicks and giggles, let's maybe go see if it's still glowing. Was that the dragon that I just saw as I teleported? Did I literally just miss it? I'm going to be mildly frustrated if it was. I'm gonna feel like a real dum-dum. Yeah, look, it's glowing. What the heck is that? See, this is new. I've never seen this glow before. I don't know why it's doing this. I have no idea what's going on up here. So I need to investigate this right now. What the heck is this? Conduct a ceremony to test the strength. Those who pass are told the story of the Great Sky Island. You sense I'm qualified to attempt it. Huh. Okay, I'm going to leave this for next time. Because it feels like that might take a while. But I am very curious about it, because I did not know that was there. Let's look around in the sky here. Maybe... if I can see a dragon, I will go for a dragon. I'm not sure where one might be, though. Like, I don't see Nadra down there. I might be able to spot Dinral from the sky if I go north. All I needed either way were some Hinox Guts, so I've got them. And either Dinral or Nadra would suffice to upgrade. I just need a fang from either of them. Which clearly they're not showing up. Or she's not showing up. Let's try Dinral. I don't have access to anything up there. Let's try here. Because Dinral will have to pass that tower. Ow. I have been sitting cross-legged for too long. Okay, I don't see you immediately nearby. Anything up here? So you should be coming from the east down towards the forest. Over here. That's the way it goes down. And then it comes up from over here. So if I can't see you that way, I'm just going to kind of look a little closer. I cannot. Okay. What about this way? Nope, you're not going down there either, so you must be underground. And then I'm still not 100% sure of the path it's going to take to come from there back. But it won't be the end of the world if I have to try and chase it down. Thankfully, I have my enough of my Goron armor that I can do it without getting set ablaze. My flame-proof armor. The only annoying thing really is the lack of zonite. I am absolutely running a little bit short. But I really, really want to get at least one upgrade on my Fierce Deity armor done before we call it a day. Like, that's the priority right now, is all I need to do is find either Dinral or Nadra and take one piece from them. And since it's not over there, we're going to head north and west and look along this route. I think it actually kind of skirts that northern wall of the cavern. Also, I think I can probably heal in this wellspring of power. I'm not sure. I should look into that sooner or later. Oops. Let's throw these on, I guess. I'm still on fire for some reason. Okay. Where are you, dragon? One of these days, I'm going to have to check the paths again, just so I can find them a little bit easier. But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to ride along this northern wall back down to here. I don't think it goes up this way, so it should be coming through down here. Oh, is that it? There it is. Okay. I need to go have a little Zonai battery break. Actually, do I have... a material? If I have a Zonai charge, I can use that. Yeah, we'll do that. I don't really want to, but unfortunately I am going to be set ablaze without this armor. So, you just gotta do what I gotta do. I don't want to drag this episode on for too long, but I really do want at least this piece of armor upgraded. Because it does take a while to get the stuff for the Fierce Deity armor. There we go. Perfect. And now up and to my travel medallion, which I cleverly actually set up this time. I'm making good use of it. And hence away. I need the mask, I guess. Oh well. So we'll do the mask. And then I am still going to go down to the Colosseum, I think, and finish off a couple of Lyonels. But I want to heal before that. So we're going to do a shrine real quick to get my health back. Which one is available? This one will do. That one that we accidentally found earlier and headed out to just for kicks and giggles. Of course, watch just as I get here, Nadra will be overhead, which wouldn't be the worst. Honestly, if I could grab a fang from her now, that would be very helpful. But I don't think we would be that lucky. We are not. Okay. So in we go. Let's do the shrine. I have no idea what it's going to be. Ugh, I've done half an hour more than I meant to. I'm sorry. I am very sorry about this. Jailbreak. Maybe we will actually call it after we get this shrine done and get our health back. Maybe I should just drop a rocket. Do I have rockets? I do not. Okay. C'est la vie. I don't know why I say c'est la vie so often. I am not French. I do not speak French. It's just kind of force of habit. It is a fun way to say it, and that's about all I can really speak to. Oh yeah, why didn't I just go up through here? That would have been easier. I guess I can do it this way, maybe? Yeah. I'm gonna put you... Oops. Okay. We're just gonna move it like this. And then... if I reverse time, I won't get squished as I go up through the roof. Oh. That's what it meant by jailbreak, huh? Gotcha. Well, not hard to figure out. Okay. And it has been 2 hours since I started streaming, so we are going to go check on our turnips real quick, our hardy radishes. Just because it would be nice to actually get a harvest before we call it a day. Right here. And I think it's about 2 hours for them to grow. And I'm pretty sure cutscene time counts for that. Ooh, Tommy, stop being mad at me. I'm sorry if you heard my stomach rumble just now. I am on a bit of a diet, and my stomach is not as on board with it as my brain is. It's wintertime, so I go a little bit crazy with the sweets, especially when it comes to high-calorie eggnog. Oh, I love me some eggnog. Oh, is it only letting me get 2? Oh. Maybe she'll grow more as time goes on, but for now, hardy radishes. How's the garden? Okay, so I don't need to give her another one. I don't think there's a cooking part ready to go, though. Hey, hubby! I did not expect to see you today. Thank you for joining. Farmer Uma do indeed be farming. How are you doing, friend? I hear you've got a big day tomorrow. A big day of traveling. Packed up and ready to travel? Awesome. Well, I asked Nat to let you know, but I will say it as well, just because I have the time to do so. I hope you have a safe trip and that it goes well. Your presence will be missed for the days that you are not here. I think you said you're going to be gone for about a week, yes? I'm pretty sure that's what you said. You're very welcome. You know what? Let's skip that. I may still sneak into a stream here or there in the evenings. Fair enough. You know I will be here, for the most part. I think because Nat said that she is going to have to look after your kid for while you're away every night, she either won't be streaming or will be streaming later. So I'll probably confer with her and then be online for the time that she's not. We kind of share the same time slot, so I don't want to step on her toes. I greatly appreciate you guys being here and hanging out all the time, so we'll just make it work. And if people need something to do during the same time slot, I will be here. But good. Back home by Friday. That'll be nice. Oh, not that kind. I think it's a very common thing to do. It is the very basic of courtesy. I had meant to call it a day already, but because you showed up, I'm just kind of gonna do a little bit more so we can hang out for a bit. You'll get to see me get my butt kicked all over as I try and fight some more Lyonels. How do I get into this Coliseum? Over here, that's how. How's things going on my side of the world? Alright, today is kind of an odd day. If anybody's watching this on YouTube, they'll probably be sick of hearing it by now, but we did indeed get a surprisingly warm day today. It's been 5 degrees Celsius. So we actually had rain today, which was unusual for us, especially in January. Oh, right, I gotta... Oop. It's always a little harder on my body when we get weather changes like rain or snow. But, oop. Hopefully it won't freeze too quickly, because that'll make the roads just a nightmare to drive on. Oh, give me this. Get up here. There we go. That is absolutely the unfortunate part, is whenever we get a lot of melt too early in the year, or in this case rain, we end up with very icy roads, which doesn't lend itself well to people driving around. It's almost as if I'm a grandpa already. Honestly, man, I tell my parents this all the time, and like everyone, but honestly, I've been old since I was 17. I've been walking with the cane. I've been feeling the weather changes. It is not an easy life for me by any means. Yeah. Well, thankfully, currently, this trident, when I get wet, does 146 damage. And then the Fierce Deity armor gives me an extra 50% of that with the full set. So I'm doing like 210 damage per hit. It makes these fights much more manageable, let me tell you. Gimme... Oh, I can't do Lionel Shield. Okay, that's fine. I may as well. Like, I don't know if you remember how difficult the last fight was, but it was not super easy. And now, I just smack away and their health mercifully melts. Not bad. Not the best yet, but not bad. Oh. And thankfully with the upgraded armor values too, I'm not getting completely obliterated. Hey, get back here. I'm still not going to finish the Colosseum. The reward for it is Majora's Mask, which is interesting, but I never really use it. It does lead to some funny things, though. Ow. Lyonels, and by extension... Yes, they do. It is a very weird situation. Two rib cages sounds tremendously frustrating. I broke a rib. Which one? Which set? I don't know. Plus, can you imagine how awful their teasing would be? They'd be like, I'm just ribbing you. Oh no. You have so many ribs, you're ribbing me all the time. Where is... There it is. Just use this one. 28 ribs. Where are the lungs? I would imagine, purely by way of functionality, I would imagine that their lungs are in the horse body, because human lungs in the chest wouldn't have the oxygen capacity to sustain something this large. So they just have like an extra super long esophagus, I would imagine. Give sight on, give me your power. I don't need this junk. Then what's in the human torso? Good question. I imagine it is mostly just muscle. I talk about it every once in a while. Ow. But there is this story that I like called Triple F Class Trash Hero. And, ouch. I'm still getting my butt handed to me. They put a lot of effort into explaining weird things like that. So, for example, they talked about how a Medusa, which is honestly more of a lamia, or what we would refer to as a lamia, it was just a Korean name for it. How lamias have human upper torsos, and even the males end up having what appear to be breasts. And the reason for that in the story is that as desert creatures, those breasts are actually filled with fluids the same way that a camel's humps on its back might be. It's just that the human torso is better for deceiving its prey. And so they adapted to have the water stored there instead of humps on their back instead. And I thought that was a pretty cool way to explain it. It was surprisingly well thought out. I'm not sure if that was a huh as if it's interesting or a huh as if I didn't explain it well. I'm sorry. If it's the latter, I am sorry. Kind of like one of those mermaid chesticles being flotation devices. Yes! That is one of the other funny things, is that mermaid titties are ballasts that they use for air bladders or flotation, that sort of thing. Let's get rid of regular Lionel bow. Ouch. Oh, that was not a shield. How many of these do I still have? I think it might be time to leave. I don't have many fairies left. I have one. Okay. Utterly functionless otherwise. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. That is correctically. Oh! That's not good. My rhythm is thrown off. Oopsie. Crap. Come on. Get face shot. There we go. Crap. Unless they are aquatic mammals and nurse their young, which would be weird, because I don't think even the aquatic mammals like humpback whales nurse their young off of teats. But then they'd be living much close to the surface and need to come up to breathe. Yes, but like I said, even things like whales, I'm pretty sure don't have those same functionality, needing to milk or to breastfeed their young. And they are aquatic mammals, really. Side on, gimme, get up there. At least I don't think so. Oh, they do? Really? Somehow the thought of a whale nipple is very weird to me. Uh-oh. Apparently I was talking too much. Oh, well. They have, like, jets that spray straight into the mouths of the pups. That's interesting and unusual. Okay, fair enough. I'm just going to focus on this for another second here. I don't really want to die again. I am getting pretty done with this stupid Lionel fight. but I want to finish this off before I call it a day. Should still be wet. Sidon, where are you? There you are. Gimme. I believe I'm still wet. Yes, good. Sorry, just have to lock in for like half a second here. Even if I'm not doing this the same way I usually do, where if I die, I reset, it's still frustrating to die, so I'm gonna try not to do that. Whoops! That was bad. Oh! My shield broke. I didn't realize that. That's not good. Okay, we're just gonna leave. This is not worth it. This is not worth it. We'll go up to the surface for now, and then I'll deal with the rest later. Look, a distraction. Okay, well, I feel like death, so we're gonna make that the end of the episode. It has been over an hour since I said I would stop in 20 minutes. Thank you for coming in, hubby. Always nice to have you. I hope you have a good trip. Oh, I was close, but I'm not gonna... It's not like I was trying to beat the Colosseum. I was just trying to get some Lionel parts, which, I think I actually have enough for my next armor upgrade. Let me check. I'm still missing the dragon part for the next armor upgrade, so that doesn't really matter one way or another. I just think I was after Lionel hooves. No, Lionel guts. So I got one. No big deal either way. Anyway, as I said, thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate you being here. And I hope, again, hubby, you have a safe trip. A safe and a good trip. And hope to see you soon. Have a good day. Or good night. You refuse to use this power appropriately? Fair enough. Whale stripper milk jet party. How weird. But I want you to know I did say that, and this episode is going on YouTube, so anyone that made it this far, Gamer Hubby would like you to know whale stripper milk jet party. You too. Have a good night.